First, I'd like to start with a little disclaimer. Use this information at your own risk. I recommend you get a blank micro SD memory card and only do the install of the new map on it. Do not replace any files on your Garmin's internal storage or on a memory card that you might have purchased from Garmin. Hi, I'm going to show you how to download free routable maps for your Garmin bicycle or handheld mapping GPS. Garmin bike computers like the Edge 810 and handheld units like the Oregon 600 don't come with routable maps or any maps at all other than the useless base map. You generally have to spend another $80 to $100 to get routable maps on either an SD card or maybe $60 to $80 to get a DVD with maps on it. I find it kind of insane that you can buy an automotive unit for $100 or less with maps that even have free updates to the maps for life. But when you buy a 810 plus maps, you're looking at close to $500. So Garmin came out with the Edge Touring and Touring Plus, which were only $249 or $299, and they both included routable maps. So because of the cost difference, I ended up buying an Edge Touring Plus, but it has some terrible limitations that I'll have to talk about in another video. If you want to buy a unit, get the Edge 810 or 1000 or an Oregon or whatever you want to buy, but don't get the Edge Touring Plus. So here's how to get your maps for free. Go to garmin.openstreetmap.nl and you're going to choose generic routable. I've tried generic routable new style and I don't get the right files. What I want is an image file that I'm going to put on my GPS. I tried routable bicycle map and it gave me a map that when you automatically route, like say you wanted to go to a certain city and you said follow roads, if you have a GPS like an Oregon or an 810 that lets you tell it that you want to be, you're in automotive mode and so it should take highways and stuff, this map will not do that for you. It will avoid highways at all possible costs, no matter what settings you use on your GPS. Generic routable is what you want to choose. You know, if you just want one city or one state or one province in Canada, you can do that. If you're in Europe and you just want a certain country, you can do that. But what I wanted to do was go here and choose this manual tile selection. And what it lets you do is choose individual tiles. So I'm getting the United States to show up here. Now I want to zoom in a little bit and go over a little bit. And now what I want to do is probably zoom in a little bit more. That's too much. So I want to zoom out, and what I want to do is get the United States. Let me show you what I tried. I tried getting Alaska and Canada and the United States, and the resulting file was greater than 4 megabytes. It was 4.7 megabytes, and it would not fit on the memory card. Forgetting to go like this. I want to make sure I have all of Florida. It looks like I have all of Florida. So now you put your email address in here and say build my map. Now I'm going to get two emails. One is going to say your request has been submitted and another one when it's done. So right now I'm fourth in queue. If I go to my email, here's the first email I got saying I've requested a map. Here is the second email with a link to go to. And then this is the file I want, this zip one. Compressed file that contains a single image that can be placed directly onto your SD card of the GPS. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to start downloading. Okay, so my file has downloaded and automatically unzipped. That's what Macs do for you. I'm going to copy it. I have plugged my Garmin in and it has an external memory card that I have formatted and then plugged into my GPS. And then I started up my GPS and it creates these directories for you. What you want to do, this is the OpenStreetMap that had the bicycle routing and didn't do turn-by-turn directions for automobiles. It kept you off the highway at all costs, so I was not happy with that map. So I'm going to delete it. I'm going to paste. You got to put it in your Garmin folder. What's going on? Edit, paste. So now it's going to copy that map. It's 3 gigabytes, which is well within the 4 gigabyte limit. So that does not appear to have gone to the right place. So what I'm going to have to do is copy it into the Garmin folder once it's done here. Okay, so that map copied over, but it's in the wrong place. I have to move it to the Garmin folder. So now it's in the Garmin folder. Let's start up Garmin Basecamp. And it's reading the map off the 810. And there's the roads and the streets near where I live. What's amazing about these OpenStreetMaps here is this has trails on it in the woods. And these are trails we created, a friend of mine and I, a few years ago. And they are listed here. They have the right names: Ruth's Corner, Jamie's Landing, Becky's Way, Honey Bear. I can't believe it. Somebody uploaded these tracks to OpenStreetMap, and these trails are on there. And when you go ride in the woods, you can actually see these. Now, if you look at the Garmin version of this, these trails aren't on there at all. So that's pretty amazing. These OpenStreetMaps are awesome. Oh, let me show you another thing about the OpenStreetMaps. This shows a brown dashed line here. That's a dirt road. This is a dirt road. Those are dirt roads. They don't show up on your GPS like any different from paved roads, but on this, in Garmin Basecamp, they do show up differently. So if you want to plan a ride mostly on dirt roads, you can do so using this map. Let me show you what it looks like on the GPS. So I am up in the woods at that field near my house, and what I want to show you is here on the Garmin Edge with the map I downloaded from OpenStreetMap, you can see that trail called Rotten Apple, and you can see this. You can see a road over there and a road going up there. The road going up there is actually just a dirt trail. That shows you that the Garmin map does not have the trails that the OpenStreetMap has, which is pretty cool of the OpenStreetMap. Now I'm going to switch to, right now I'm on Topo. I'm going to switch to City Navigator North America NT. This is in Oregon, Garmin Oregon. So now you see nothing but a blank screen here. And if I zoom out, pretty much just a blank screen. If I zoom out on this one, the track will disappear as you get out a little further. But it has a river that's not showing on this one. It just shows the 2 lakes. If I go back to this one, now that one's showing lakes and roads and all kinds of stuff. This one just has kind of a blank screen. Okay, so now I'm on this rather isolated dirt road that has a gate across it, so you can't actually drive on it. But the road goes all the way up over the mountain, and all my Garmin maps don't let you go there. So as you can see on the Oregon with the Garmin Street Map, that pin I think is where we're at. No, we're at that where the blue thing is, and it doesn't show the road continuing on up the mountain. Here in the Edge with the open source street map, you see the road continuing up the mountain. You can also see a trail off to the right, and that is this thing, which is actually a trail. So that's an actual ATV trail that looks like a road, but at least, you know, it has more stuff on it by far than the Garmin. Now I'm going to switch maps to the Topo Map and get rid of that one, and let's see what the Topo Map shows. So the Topo Map does have a dotted line going further up the mountain. I think you can see that there. Not very well, right there. See that dotted line? So the Topo Map shows it. The Street Map one does not. On this unit with the Open Street Map, it shows that. This does show the trail off to the side, right there. So, but the problem with the Topo Maps here is there's no automatic routing. So let me demonstrate the automatic routing. So I'm going to try to go to a city. Called Lenox, Mass. Okay, and the way this is showing to go, what I want to see is going down, and it's avoiding the highway. So I have this in tour cycling. I'm going to change this to automobile driving. And now go do that find again. So now it's taking the highway. So that is a good thing with this one. Now I'm going to make sure this one with this map will do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is go, okay, this is a little different, I guess. You can tell it what kind of bike you have or what kind of vehicle. You know, you can just give it a name. Then you can say I'm on a road bike or in a car, and these things are called profiles. So my car profile, navigation, routing is set up for automobile driving. So my mountain bike navigation, routing is set up for mountain biking, so I have no idea what that does. Lock on road is no, so we probably don't want that. Road biking, let's see what that's set up as. Road biking is set up with activity of cycling. I think I'll change that to tour cycling. I don't know the difference between cycling and tour cycling, but to match what this did. And what I want to see is, with this new map that I downloaded off of OpenStreetMap, if I try to go to Lenox, will it take the highway or will it take the road? So, or will it try to stay off the highway? So if I'm in a car, I hope it takes the highway. So I am going to change that to car, hit find, go to cities, okay, if I choose car, it is going down the highway. choose road bike, and I am going to do find again, find another recent finds, Lennox ride. And this should be tour cycling and should try to avoid the highway. Yep, this is the highway and it's not taking it, so that's good. So this OpenStreetMap is perfect, working great. So there you have it. That's how the OpenStreetMap automatic routing works, and it does everything the paid version of the Garmin Maps does, and even has trails in it that neither the Garmin City Navigator nor the Garmin Topo Map have. I'm actually happier with the OpenStreetMap than I am with the ones you can buy. Look for future videos on a comparison between the Garmin Edge 810 and the Garmin Edge Touring Plus. I'll also be making some other Garmin related videos. Thanks for watching.